Hello everybody, and welcome to KaBobDev. This is a new channel I've created to keep you guys updated on any project developments I might have. If you didn't know, I actually really enjoy programming. I know how to make websites, I know how to mod Minecraft, and I know Game Maker, which it's not maybe the most professional set of things to know, but nonetheless I do know them and really enjoy using that knowledge. Been doing it since like 2004, which is ridiculous. Even have a degree in web design. But anyway, so this channel is going to be for posting two types of videos for the most part. The first will be dev vlogs, which will just be like, hey, look at this thing I'm working on right now, look at what's new, or what I'm planning to add. And then the other will be release videos where I'm like, hey, look at this awesome new release, version 1.0 or 0.5 or whatever it is. Here's what's all new, here's where to download it, etc. That's what will be on this channel for the most part. I figured it didn't make much sense to put this on a Let's Play channel, so I went ahead and made my own channel. And today we're going to be looking at Craftamari, which is a Minecraft Forge mod that I've started on. Previously I've shown cheese mod off on my Let's Play channel, but that was years ago. And I don't really work on cheese mod anymore, unfortunately, just due to lack of interest and lack of time. Interest of other people, and my time, specifically. Craftamari, this is the second go at this mod. The first go was really awesome. I had some amazing things, like I had an item where you could shrink or grow entities, so you could make yourself really tiny or really big, and do the same to other mobs, and oh, there's so much cool things in that mod, but it was pretty much 90% of the things from that were lost entirely, and that kind of put me off working in Forge for a long time. But then a year ago, I started Craftamari again, and I worked on it for a tiny bit, gave up, and then just recently, like a couple weeks ago, I went ahead, updated it from like Minecraft 1.9 all the way up to 1.11. Was surprisingly easy. I mean, it's not a very big mod right now. It's gotten bigger since then, but point is, it's running in 1.11. I'm pretty happy with that. And let's go ahead and jump on into the game so that I can show you what all is currently in it and what I'm working on as well. Let's generate a world. Building terrain. But yeah, I had so many cool things, and I hope to bring a lot of them back, but for now, not so much. So first we can just scroll down here. Oops, I always do that. I kind of wish releasing the mouse didn't open that. But yeah, so new standard blocks. We have obsidian stairs, basalt slab, obsidian slab, basalt, copper ore, copper block, onyx ore, onyx block, and then we have colored bricks. And then we have two things that are completely in development. Yeah, working on my own on this is hard because working in Forge is one of the most frustrating experiences I've had with programming because the documentation, finding examples for your code that actually work in the version you want, it's almost impossible. Like, if you want to make a mod in version 1.7 or something, go ahead, you'll find plenty of information. If you want to make it anything newer, you're going to be struggling to find anything that's still relevant in 1.10 or 1.11. Yeah, it's been no fun. But I'm working on it. So yeah, if we jump on over here, we have the crafting station. This is one of the core features of my mod. I'll also grab these. But the crafting station is made whenever you add, I believe it is a diamond. Take a diamond, you take a flint and steel, and you take shears, and you combine them all together with a plain old crafting table in any old shape that you desire, and you get a crafting station. Now, the crafting station unlocks a lot of new recipes. The idea is that because it has, first of all, diamond tools, it allows you to mess with obsidian because of that, and, you know, just having the shears and the flint and steel gives you a little more control over what you're doing. The idea is maybe you can melt stuff because you have flint and steel, and the shears just let you chop through things in a very fine manner. But that's the basic logic behind it. But the point is, it lets you mess with obsidian and a few other things, and that is really nice. Now let's see here. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really special about these blocks. They're just, you know, explosion resistant to a very high degree. Not quite as much as obsidian itself, but still enough where it doesn't really matter. Now Basalt. Basalt is a new block I have added that it generates semi-rarely. It's not like super rare. If you go on an extensive mining trip, you can find a couple stacks of it. But it is, you know, nowhere near as common as something like these things. Much, much rarer. And the basic idea is it's not explosion resistant, but it does resist explosions fairly well. So I'm not actually sure what's going to happen right now. It's been a while since I've tested it. It was one of the first things I added when I restarted work on this. Yeah, so you see, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it only destroys through one layer, and that is it. So this dirt under here, completely safe. So it is intended to be a very usable creeper-resistant block, so that you can build houses and not have to use obsidian to have them be creeper-resistant. I think the only other option that is more resistant than like just stone is end stone. I think that's slightly more, but this is more than that. And yeah, I've added stairs and slabs of that. Oh, come on, stop that. As well, and I'll probably add more in the future. Let's see, copper ore. It's an ore that is kind of like a more durable stone, is how it pretty much works. You find it in the ground pretty much anywhere, and you mine it up. Let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, you mine it up, it drops a chunk. I do that so you can have the enchantments that make it drop more, which is very nice. And let's see. Copper chunks you just stick in a furnace to make the ingot. Alright, let's do this. Ingot, where would that be? Materials, I think? Yeah, copper ingot, there we go. And yeah, it makes a full set of armor. So we can just go look at all the things. And also, copper golems. Yes. There we go. I've added copper golems and just put that in my left hand. So yeah, they are a little bit less health and a very tiny bit less damage. Like, I think the max hit of a iron golem is 21. It's a bit random. And for these ones, it's 20. So not a huge loss there. Gives you a nice use for copper in the late game when you definitely don't need it for anything else. And speaking of golems, I also added gold golems. Inspired because my test world, I made my base in a mesa and had so much gold. These things have half the health of a iron golem, which is 25 hearts, and they do, I think they do one more damage, actually, so they're max hit of 22, maybe, and they also heal very slowly. I think it's like half a heart every either 100 seconds or 2 minutes, one of those two. So the idea is as long as they don't get into sustained combat regularly, they will pretty much live forever, whereas other golems, no matter what, they will eventually die just from zombie swarms, zombie hordes, whatever they're called, whenever it spawns a ton of zombies in a village. So these ones maybe live forever if you have enough of them. And yeah, that's the golems. What else we got? Well, I guess I can show these. These two are completely in development. I'm not going to place the crate because I think it might crash. This thing, my first attempt at a block model, obviously it doesn't work right. That's not supposed to be black. It's not supposed to do this. Yeah, I'm having trouble with this. This is one of those things that's really hard to figure out. And I don't even know what the problem is, but it does make it very nice to look around and at the world. Look at all that stuff down there. Crazy. And look at that, a ravine. But yeah, the idea is that this is made from obsidian, nether quartz, and emerald, and it will allow you to stop rain. I don't know, it might take experience to stop it. You might have to offer like an emerald to it to stop the rain or something, but I'm probably not going to make it too expensive just because sleeping in a bed also gets rid of rain. Glow shrooms. Can we plant one here? No, we'll have to dig down. Alright, so glow shrooms. They give off a light level of 12, which is 2 less than torches, which is a surprisingly different amount of brightness. And these things are really rare. Like, I've never actually found one naturally since I added the final generation code to them. But they spawn in jungles and swamps, pretty much, if you only have the default biomes. And yeah, they are pretty cool, I suppose. And if you combine one of them with a slime ball, you get 2 glow sticks, which have the same light level of brightness. The idea is that eventually you'll be able to place glow sticks underwater. I haven't gotten that working yet, though. Mostly because that's another really hard thing with not having the water do that stupid effect whenever you place it. It might not be possible. But still, I just kind of like the idea of having other lighting options. Maybe you want a room that isn't very bright, so you want light level 12. Now you can do it. That is actually the minimum light level for having mushrooms. Not the minimum, the maximum level for having mushrooms grow. So a mushroom farm could be lit by glow sticks just fine, and it would keep mobs from spawning. That is one of the main ideas of them. And that's why glow shrooms are so rare, because the idea is that once you find one, you want to start a farm and get a lot so you can make glow sticks. But anyway, what else do we have? Right. I mean, these are pretty self-explanatory. You take a die, you put 8 stone bricks around it, you get a colored brick block. Very useful for building fancy things, maybe more so in creative where you can just get them. What else? That's it for there. Oh, right, the doors. Yes, I've added obsidian doors and unsecure iron and obsidian. Basically, you add a lever to an iron door or an obsidian door, and then you can just open it like a regular door. It's very nice. The iron door is mostly for appearance because it turns out they're not really explosion resistant. But the obsidian door, of course, is very explosion resistant, and I do like that. The other one is, of course, just like an iron door, needs redstone to open. Now, I have not added any transportation. I'm not added anything that goes down there, or anything that really goes in here, apparently, except, see, that's not mine. Right, I've added 2 other new mobs. This is going to be expanded in the future. But they are corrupted chickens and corrupted pigs. I'm actually not sure where that weird vibrating animation comes from. It's some glitch in the AI that I've set up, but I really like it just for the effect. So yeah, these guys, they give off these particles randomly. I'm actually surprised this chicken, oh, he should be standing in the sun, and then he'll start to give off, I think. Okay, can you get out of there? What? Oh, he killed him. Right. Yeah, but you see he's giving off purple stuff. Let me get away from my golem. And there we go. Yeah, they give off little purple things. Eventually, he will just despawn from the light. I'm having issues with the chickens, actually. They seem to spawn in places they shouldn't and way too often. But I'm working on it. And the basic idea is that I'm going to have a bunch of different corrupted mobs. They're all aggressive. I guess I should actually show it. Oh gosh, that is not what I meant to type. Game mode 0. Are you still here? Yeah, these things, they run really fast, and they hit you for half a heart of damage. So not particularly dangerous, but still, like, get away from me. They're really annoying. They spawn in large groups. So yeah, that's the thing. The pigs, they're also faster than normal pigs, but they're not as fast as the chickens. And I think they do 1 heart of damage as well. And of course, they all, like the chickens have, I think, 2 hearts of health. I don't know what the pigs have. Hello, cow. There will, of course, be, like, cows. There will be sheep. There will be all the mobs in the future. Okay, let me get away from this guy. The pigs don't despawn yet, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, that's the 2 new mobs I've added. Right now, how they spawn is I've got 1 spawn, and then when that thing spawns, it chooses which one of the corrupted mobs it will spawn, so that'll help keep balance a little easier. I've basically got my own custom spawning method. Alright, food. I'm a big fan of adding food to Minecraft. Unfortunately, I can't graphically do it very well, which is why these cups look so terrible. Speaking of which, cups are made on my crafting station with glass. The idea is it's such a fine thing that has to be made, so small and perfect, that you need the crafting station. I might get rid of that. It's just a reason for needing that to help with recipe conflicts, because I don't think there's a recipe for just a single glass block in vanilla, but there might be in other mods, and I try not to break other mods too much. But yeah, basically, I've added all these foods. I've got strawberry pie, because yes, I've added strawberries. I guess we could plant strawberries right now. If I had a hoe, there we go, copper hoe. Plant a strawberry, there we go. I'm quite proud of the strawberries. I know it's kind of ugly, but I made it all myself. And you would be proud too if you were me and did that. Okay, let's get the time today. There we go. So yeah, that's a strawberry plant, gives a few strawberries. To find these in the wild, they actually generate kind of like reeds, but a little bit rarer. They only spawn in certain biomes, like biomes that aren't dry or have snow. So you won't find them in deserts, you won't find them in taigas, things like that. But yeah, if you just walk around rivers, swamps are a really good place to find them because there's a lot of grass right next to water. So that's a thing. But yeah, once you find them, of course, you can farm them, and that's good. You can make the pie, which is, it's about like pumpkin pie, I think, in terms of effect, a little different. But yeah, other than that, we got worms. Worms were a fun thing. These are left over from the first incarnation of this mod, where they were intended to work with fishing. Instead, I've gone ahead, I've made them an extremely rare drop from grass. I think it's 1 out of 500 chance. I've only found one myself in normal play, and they don't really do anything. You can eat them, but they're practically worthless. They give like 0.5 saturation or something like that. I don't even know. And yeah, they're just sort of there. You can name them on an anvil though. So I've named mine that I found Wormy, and I'm gonna add a block that they can live in, and it's just like a stupid little pet, kind of like an ant farm, but a worm farm. It will probably be kind of like a plant pot in terms of graphics. Hopefully I will add that soon. We got bacon. Bacon is made just by crafting a pork chop. Just a plain old raw pork chop will make raw bacon, and then you can cook it. It has slightly different, like I've flipped the saturation and fullness giving that it does or whatever. So it's basically just a different balance of those two statistics. And just a nice little thing. I had the bacon sprites left over from the previous incarnation and thought it might be fun. Oranges, I used to have orange trees in the old mod. I don't yet. How it worked was I actually made a invisible item frame because I wasn't that good at programming in Forge back then. But yeah, there'd be an invisible item frame on there with an orange in it, and it would drop the orange. So that's how my trees looked. And yeah, I liked it. It looked really good, and I hope to add it back, but programmed better this time around. I've not yet added the logs or anything for it, but it's baby steps, baby steps. Okay, so the glasses themselves. We've got apple juice, we got a cup of milk, we got a cup of water, which is not obtainable yet, because I just haven't gotten around to it. And we got milkshakes, which you use snowballs and, you know, you might use chocolate, you might use an orange and sugar to make them, and things like that. It's just fun little things. My idea with the cups is that I want them to be placeable on like a block, so that kind of like a plant pot once again, but obviously different. And yeah, you'll be able to drink them kind of like a cake. They'll just empty out, probably in one click. But it's just a little decoration thing, so you could have like a table next to your bed with a cup of water on it. I just like those little things in this game, and wish there was more like it in vanilla. That's why I'm adding it in mine. But yeah, so tools. Yes, so we got, of course, the copper tools. We also have Onyx tools. Now, just like how copper is kind of like a more durable stone tool set, the Onyx tools are more durable diamond. But each one has a special effect. So, like, the Onyx axe can cut through leaves and vines really, really fast, and it doesn't lose durability when it does it. The hoe, I think, doesn't really have much of anything right now. I think the only thing it does is it gets a sweep attack no matter what, which is completely useless because it does 1 attack damage, but it's kind of funny. I probably add something more useful to that in the future. The spade lets you make grass paths for free. I think that might be the only effect it has, actually. But still, it's very useful if you want to make a whole lot of paths. You just go crazy and not worry about it. Whereas normally it might make more sense to make like a stone tool and do that. And the pickaxe, what does the pickaxe do? The pickaxe mines obsidian at double speed, which is very nice for making all my obsidian stuff, which is why I did that. And yeah, these all have 2,000 durability, while diamond is more like 1,500 something, so it's a significant increase. Combat-wise, the armor, I don't have an effect for the armor yet. It's just armor with more durability. Copper armor is, I think like chainmail? Whatever, it's like the stone tier, whatever that is for armor. And then I've got this thing, which I can't really pronounce, but this is made, it's basically a wooden sword with obsidian on the sides, based on a real weapon. I made the sprite myself, which is why it's so ugly, but it does 1 more damage than a diamond sword, but only has 1,000 durability total, and can't be repaired. So that's the balance for that. But I like it. I like having, first of all, it's a renewable resource compared to like diamonds or something, because yeah, that's just how it is. Oh, speaking of resources, actually, I never talked about how you get Onyx. Actually, it spawns in the Nether. It generally tries to spawn where you can't actually see it. So the main way to find it easily without having to mine for 5,000 years is if you look at the ceiling, sometimes it will be visible. But it'll almost never be visible on the side of a wall or on the floor. So yeah. It's just a fun little thing to have. Makes the Nether more worth exploring, I think, at least. And the special effects are nice, but I am going to add a tier above Onyx that is actually more armor or more armor toughness or something. I've not added anything for brewing. Materials we've already gone through. So yeah, is that everything that I've added? I guess I can talk about my plans right now. I'm kind of thinking about a glow-in-the-dark block. One that charges with light and then glows through the night. But that is still in its planning phases on how to actually do it. And yeah, I mentioned my higher tier of stuff. Probably going to have an entire new dimension where you get the stuff to build that from. And also where the corrupted mobs come from. It'll be fun. And yeah, I think that is everything, though. Surprising. Yeah. So yeah, that is a first look at Craftamari. I've added a lot. It took a lot more time to go through it than I thought it would. And yeah, in the future I'll be publicly releasing this, making a website for it and stuff, but for now, you'd pretty much have to ask me on Twitter, and I might send it to you if you really desperately want to have an unsecure obsidian door. But I can't guarantee this will play nice with other mods. It won't share copper with other mods and things like that, so no, not really the most official release yet. But yeah, this has been KaBob799. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to see more. Like this if you liked it. Comment if you have anything to say. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye!